What's up guys, my name is Ross, and welcome back to a brand new My Team Career Mode video. Today we're gonna race at the Australian Grand Prix, and if you haven't seen the latest episode where we raced at Jeddah, make sure to check it down below, because spoiler alert, we fought for the top 10 and we also crashed. Big time. So yeah, if you wanna see how it happened, make sure to check it down below. Before we going into the race, we're doing some quick rally mode with the Mercedes or the Aston Martin. All we have to do is speed trap to be like 150 kilometers an hour, do a speed trap, and we gain like 10,000 resource of 1,000 resource points, which is nice. Of our resource points, acclaim points. That's nice for us for our lower ranking, so we can gain more sponsorships. But I'm failing it a couple of times, so at the end of the day, I'm gonna quit it. If you're gonna see later in the video, which I want to talk about is before we race, we got another subscriber challenge. So last time I asked you guys who your favorite driver was, and it was Yuki Tsunoda, and didn't get many people caught in it. So the new challenge is, if you support Alfa Romeo, the racing team, you have to subscribe, and if not, you're free for today. I will get you next time. So yeah, now I'm finally passing one of the sides of this Pirelli mode, and I'm doing 144 kilometers an hour, 142, which gives us bronze, which is enough for us to do because I don't want to try hard for silver or gold. With that, that's part of the challenges done today. I'm gonna fast forward into the qualifying of this race weekend, which is let's see, not quite nice to do. So into lap 1, I got the setup pretty okay dialed in, bit more draggy on the straights than I would like to have. It's still nice in the corners, which is the most important thing. So on this lap, I'm just feeling how it is. This is just the first in lap. Bit wide, missing the apex into turn 3, 4 I think. Bit too much curb, I would say. I'm not really experienced with the racing line as much as I should be. But the car does nicely, and it's more like my braking is a bit off on certain parts of the track, which causes the car to be a bit unsettled, but it still drives nicely. I've also bumped up the AI level to 85 now, so we started at I think 75, then gained up to 80, then to 85, and now I think in a couple of races we'll be at 90. Bit of an oversteer moment into the fast chicane. Oh, we caught it nicely, and we're still on track. Pretty nicely into the corner. Good on the gas, and up to fourth now, or fourth gear. We're dropping places. We're estimated to be P10, if I'm thinking correctly, with the time we're doing. I think our time is around 122, 124 at Australia. Let's see what the time is. It's a 121.2. Yeah, the second lap was not that great. As you can see, sector 1 was red, sector 2 was green, and I thought about it and said, whatever, I gave up. So Max, Charles, and others were top 3. I'm at P19, Jack at P21, and no penalties as far as I can see. The two Haas's are in front of us, Logan is behind us, and Nick is in last place. So yeah, we'll be fighting around Yuki's area. So the main rival stars are the Haas's, the Alfa Romeos, the AlphaTauris, and Logan, because Albon is gone.
You can hear the Australian fans roaring as they line the track here in Albert Park. Welcome to Melbourne, and the roar from the crowd can only mean one thing. It's race day. We go racing today then in the state of Victoria, where the drivers have 14 corners and 3.28 miles to navigate at an average lap speed of around 120 miles per hour. Close proximity of the barriers make accidents inevitable, and recent history shows us that a safety car is not at all out of the question. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. And the smooth operator Carlos Sainz completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Perez, Hamilton, Russell, Fernando Alonso, Norris, Gasly, Ocon, Joe, Bottas, Stroll, Oscar Piastri, Albon, Sonoda, Magnussen, the captain, Sargent, Doohan, De Vries, and Nico Hulkenberg rounds off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track. And what would any Grand Prix weekend be without the one and only Natalie Pinkham? Why don't we kick off by discussing Max Verstappen?
What a quality performance. The big question, though, is how does that translate on race day? Can they hold on to that lead?
And apart from that, keep an eye out for anyone getting a good launch from the midfield. You see it happen from time to time, and it can really throw a spanner into the races of the quicker cars and push them onto a more risky strategy.
So we're in the race. We're in the last row, and I'm thinking about starting on the mediums, going on the softs, if I'm correct. Now just changing up a bit. So the strategy says lap 9 is the ideal pit stop pit time. So let's see if I'm gonna stick with it. Yeah, I am. Alright. So I'm going on the softs and go on the mediums afterwards. That's my plan.
Here we go then. The formation lap is
So yeah, what I'm thinking about the race is it will be challenging because our car is not that great in the corners, in the straights. But the corners were quite dominant in the lower back of the field. So I think we can hold our position nicely to sector 1 and sector 3. Sector 2, the fast spacing bits will be quite tricky. As you can also see, the top 4 were on the mediums, then everyone behind them were on the softs, and then you see us and some others on the mediums, hards, and softs. So we got a quite diverse of tire strategies on our hand, and that's quite interesting because you would say that most of us will go from softs or mediums, but I think I saw someone on the hards. I didn't see it correctly who it was, but I think someone was on the hards, so he's going, I think, hard softs. So last car is going into the grid slot. Let's see if the 5 red lights are going on. They are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they off, and we away a go. Great stuff from us. No that much of a wheel spin. Looking at where I'm gonna position my car, going on the inside, and Jack goes in, cuts the corner, and drops a few places. Albon's a bit unsettled into turn 2, which gives us a run up to him. But he uses a bit of ERS, I think. But I go down the inside. Nicely done. Give him a bit of space, a bit of oversteer moment. Hit the side pod. I hope that I don't have too much damage to the side pod. But we're still on track. NP17. We gained some places, if I'm correct. Bit of oversteer moment again. This is the high fuel load, I think. Sonoda trying to go down the inside, but we out-track him, I think is a proper way to say. And we still in P17. Now we've got Albon ahead, and Sonoda on the mediums behind us. So he was one of the medium runners in the lower field. Using a bit of ERS to try to make a move into this corner, and then he didn't fight that much at all. And now we're at P16. We've got Piastri behind, in front of us with Ocon on the mediums. And I think it's quite weird to see Piastri that low in the pack. I think it's because of his experience and his AI level being that low, because the car shouldn't be this slow, as you see what Norris is. Yeah, Albon trying to come back at me on the track. Bit of a squeeze, but give him enough room, and we still defend our P16. On to lap 3. Let's see if we can get nothing much to see. At the end of lap 3, sector 2, someone is going very slow. I don't know who it is, but Albon comes again back at us. Going a bit deep, giving a nice shove, and we are still keeping our position. But we're losing time. It's already 1.3 seconds to Piastri, and you can see Jack Doohan is out of the race. So let's see what's happening to Jack. I mean, everything is fine, but oh, something with the engine, and there's an engine failure for the team. Our first mechanical DNF after 3 races. I can't remember. Yeah, the Renault engine. We have the Renault engine. So reliability is already striking us with one driver. So let's hope we're not the other driver who's gonna get hit with reliability today.
Okay, Jack.
And let's see, lap 4. At the beginning, nothing much happened besides this move from Albon trying to attack me. I'm defending him by pushing him a bit deep and to the outside, but we keep the position, keeping it clean, and we are still in P16.
Yellow flag.
At the end of lap 4, here, the yellow flag, Jack is still at the side of the track. Albon tried to go past me again. I give him a bit of a shove, keeping it lean, leaving enough room for him, so nothing wrong with that move. Hugging the inside, bit of oversteer, which gives him the chance to attack me. I let him through because I can't defend for that much. He's a faster car than me. I'm trying to use the DRS to overtake him if I can. If not, I will use him as an pacer, like to check my pace if I'm competitive enough. If I can't follow with Albon, then the race is pretty much over already after 5 laps. So keeping nicely up, even though he has DRS, we are still 4 tenths behind him. In the braking zones, we gain most of our time to the cars ahead of us or behind us. So Noda's still with Hulkenberg behind us on the mediums. So their pace is quite greater than us. On to lap 6, Tsunoda has a run up to us, goes around the outside. I'm braking a bit later than him. Bit of a push. Off track, maybe it was on the limit, but it was legal, no warnings or anything. So we get P17 still to our name. Hulkenberg then can pass us, but a break late. Bit of a shove again, but no warnings, no notes from Jeff or from Mark, and we're still on P17. So at the beginning of lap 7, I tried to make a move onto Albon, which works, but we're still side by sides. He has to conceive the position at the next turn, which gives us P16 again. So back at P16 and we're at lap 7, a replay of how I did it. Broke later than him, nicely side by side, and still side by side to the next corner, but he had to conceive. And we're P16. So now we've got Pearson or Magnus is still in front of us, and we are now 3.5 seconds in front of us. Albon tries to attack me once again. Almost touch each other. Try to give him enough room. Still side by side. And he concedes position again. And that's one of Albon's attack. And he tries to go around the outside now. Which is nice. I like the battle between me and Albon. We're losing a lot of time nonetheless. We are now 4.5 seconds off Magnussen. And 5 seconds away from Piastri. But I don't think we should have had the pace to gain more time. As you can see at the end, Albon hit me for some reason. Maybe I moved a bit, and you can see he tried to attack me again around the outside. He's keeping it now. We're still side by side, and at the end, I still have P16. So on to the end of middle sector of lap 8, Albon finally gets past me, and Hulkenberg is trying to attack me. And now I'm thinking, let's go for the pit strategy and go on the hards. But I still have 12 laps to go. Tires are already at 30%, so the tire degradation is high and the performance is already gone. Piastri is already 6.2 seconds ahead of us. Albon is gaining a bit more time, so at the end I didn't go for the hards, but for the mediums. Good stop. Estimated 2.9, but we did 2.8, so that's great to do. Now we have Albon in front of us. I'm gonna jump. Oh no, we don't jump Sergeant. We still finish in front of Sergeant. Who's also on the mediums. But we're now nicely close to Albon with the stop. 2 tenths with DRS and ERS. I'm trying to make a move now, which goes a bit deep, bit ugly. And I'm not proud of how I did it. You can see collision with Albon. I think, like Jack Mark says, clean passes. I think I just scraped this end plate enough to damage him. I think I'll move again on this part, and we're going now side by side. I'm going around the outside. He conceives, and it's still in P19. Magnus is now 6.7, almost 7 seconds in front of us after 11 laps, and they didn't pit yet, if I'm correct. Can't remember. Going a bit deep into the corner. And on to lap 12, Albon is trying to attack me once again, and he's now past me. I try to brake deep, touch this right tire, still side by side, and got P17 still to my name. Sargent is closing. He's now 2.1, now 2.6 seconds behind us. Albon tries to go again around the outsides. Now I can go side by side with him, and I have to conceive the position 2P18. Now Sargent is 2.5 seconds, so I'm gaining time on Albon and dropping the Sargent by a bit. But I think in the end, even Hulkenberg is gonna gain us with this hearts. Go side by side once again through this fast section. I'll get a collision, I tap this rear end, and yeah, we're now on P16. But he has DRS of ERS, tries to go around the outside. I'm off the racing line with a bit of marbles. Push him a bit wide, but we're still keeping the position. Until lap 14, nothing much is happening besides Sargent and Albon are fighting. On lap 15, we dropped them by 1 second. Magnussen and everyone have dropped us by 10 seconds, so it shows that the houses and the other cars are another league. The Williams, my car, and the Alpha Tauris are on different kind of level of performance. So on to lap 17 already, I made a couple of mistakes, which gives Albon and Sargent the chance to attack me because they're now less than a half a second behind me. And they have DRS now. So on to lap 18, I have to defend for my life because we have 3 laps, including this one, to defend P16. And as you can hear, there's a second faster than me. I'm driving horribly. The tires are dead. And you can see Albon trying to pass me. I'm going very deep. Touched him again a bit. I couldn't slow the car down enough for to touch him. You see a bit of oversteer moment. Off track a bit. Trying to keep the car on the track.
Okay, we've got 4 laps of fuel.
And onto lap 20. Albon's now 10th behind me. I tried to brake late again. Touched him not. Almost touched him. Didn't touch him yet. But almost touched him. And now we're going side by side. He's now chasing me 3/10. Sargent is gone. I think he's now P19. Max already won. We're not even sector 2. Already in sector 2 and he's already finished. So now we got Tsunoda and Albon attacking me. I got no ERS left. They're on DRS and have ERS enough. And you can see, boom, there goes Albon going past me. Tsunoda is trying to pass me, but I'm defending for him. But here comes the next part of DRS, what I gain from, but I got a bit of a backhand slip, which gives Tsunoda the chance to pass me, and now I'm P18. There comes Hulkenberg out of nowhere, down the inside, cuts the corner, gets a bit off balance, which gives me the chance to attack Tsunoda again, P17, but he still has the better traction, and he's still keeping the position. I'm trying everything I can. I'm trying to get close, but the dirty air is also slowing me a bit down. With DRS, we are finishing behind Tsunoda by less than 10th, I think.
And that's the end of the race.
Oh yeah, that's P18. It was quite an interesting race. It shows us where we are in the field qua pace. The pace is not that great against Magnussen and the other cars. Hulkenberg and the Williams and the AlphaTauris are quite close. I'm also checking, and I think we're lapping around the same pace of same lap time, so it's just now driver oriented and me having slow car. Yeah, Max Verstappen wins the race quite comfortably. I think around 10 seconds he won from the Ferraris. Let's see.
Here come today's winners. The team at Red Bull have done a phenomenal job recently, and it's clear to see that they've put in the work, and they should be so proud of the victory they've secured here.
Yeah, it's a Verstappen P1, Carlos Sainz P2, and then P3 for Leclerc. So a double podium again, I think, for the Ferrari boys. So they are very consistent with their driving this season. Imagine if they were consistent in real life. Then we got the title, a constructors title fight at least. Which Max won again. It's now 2 races back to back. I think now he's jumped Perez in the standings, if correct. Or we already jumped and now he's gaining more of a position. Yeah, he won by 7.5 seconds from Carlos. Yeah, the finishing standings is Max Verstappen, Carlos Sainz, Charles Leclerc, George Russell, Lewis Hamilton, Fernando Alonso, Sergio Perez, who dropped from P4 to P7. Then is Lando Norris in P8. Joe and Valtteri Bottas have a double points finish in 9th, 10th. Yeah, Lance Stroll P11, bit disappointing, and the Alpines dropped out of the top 10s, finished in 12th and 13th. Magnussen from P17 to P14, Piastri, then Alexander Albon, Tsunoda, then me, didn't lose or gain possessions, and then Sargent and Hulkenberg. So let's see the lap times. It was quite interesting on what the Piastri was doing, and he was doing around 124s, 125s, late 124s, late 25, early 25s on the softs, and 23s and 24s in the mediums. And I was doing around 125s, 24s, 26s. I was irregular, I was not consistent at all. And I was doing sometimes 123s in the mediums and on 126s. Tsunoda was doing 125s and then 124s. So it was a bit faster than me on the hards. And the mediums were quite equal. Same for Albon, he was doing 24s, 26s, and 124s. So Albon and me were quite on level, and so it was a bit faster, I think, than us. But yeah, onto the standings, if I'm correct. Yeah, onto the standings. Verstappen leads with 33 points against Sergio. It's Red Bull, Ferrari, Mercedes, then Fernando, and then Aston Martin, and Valtteri P9. We are in, with 0 points at P19, and Jack is in last because he had DNF, so will be registered as the person who's lowest in the ranking. Let's see for the Constructors Championship. Red Bull are 32 points clear of Ferrari. Yeah, it was quite disappointing race, if you could say. At least I think that's a disappointing race. Gain level 5 in the team acclaim, so we get the ability to gain a sponsor. Get the ability to gain a sponsor now, so that's nice to gain more points, have more cash. You've made some damage, so we have to pay some cash. Let's see. New parts are coming in, if I'm sorry, correct. It's not the apartment event, so let's see what's the apartment event. Replace all equipment or avoid expenses. So pretty much he's asking, we're gonna deal with Cody Gym, and they want to sponsor. After they want to give us equipment for a bit of cash. It will help Jack focus with +7, or just deny it altogether. I'm gonna accept it because it helps Jack. So whatever. What's 50k? That's done. And we got an activity timeline to fill up, so I'm gonna do some weight training first, then some PR training, driver promotion training, pretty much everything, I think. Yeah, I can just do everything, so I'm filling up everything in the best way to do. Then the promotion and the driver department, and we filled up everything pretty much till the 17th. I think now we're gonna go to the sponsorship and look for the sponsor. Yeah, I'm just looking at multiple things, and I was thinking about, let's say, which one was it? I think Highland was the one, because it was something about finishing, overtaking multiple laps, or complete, all qualified. There was something which was really nice to do. I think I know which it was. I think it was beat your rival of overtake 5 people. Let's see. Oh, yeah, beat your rival. Yeah, it was Highland. So beating my rival in a race. So I have to beat Nick de Vries every race for the bonus. And just looking at quick to the markets, nothing much, nothing interesting. We got 2,500 resource points. We got a lot of activities upcoming. But yeah, that's for the next episode where we race at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to share it, because it will help grow my channel. And if you want to see other videos, make sure to check my channel down below. And until next time, guys, bye.